What's going on, y'all? Starlink has made some changes to the Starlink Roam plan, and it was enough to get me stirred up and shaken so that I wanted to come and talk to y'all about it. My name is David. This is RVFamily.life. Lived in my RV here full-time for almost 3.5 years now with my family, traveling on the road throughout the United States, and I work remotely for my job, and I rely on internet for my job. It was recently announced that there was a change in the plan where they added something called sold out zones, which I still don't see on the map. But what they're stating through Starlink is that if you are in the Roam plan with unlimited internet, the unlimited plan, which is $165 per month, and you stay somewhere longer than 60 days, if you're in a sold out area, they can cut you off. That immediately made me cringe. Like, wait, what? Now, I had to dig into this, had to read this, because the first thought is panic. Once I did realize that it's not until you've been still for 60 days that they can cut you off, I took a sigh of relief. I'm like, okay, I shouldn't need that. In the areas that we travel to, since we are Thousand Trails, we typically can't stay at a park longer than 3 weeks. So I guess the problem would only arise if I'm moving around within an area that they consider all one sold out zone or not. That is where it's still a bit uncertain, and I'm not entirely sure if that will be a problem or not. Oddly enough, in our travels so far this year in 2025, my Starlink is still deactivated. Haven't had to turn it back on yet, thankfully. I've had the $165 on my budget, but everywhere we've gone to, like this park that we're in Virginia right now, the T-Mobile is smoking fast. Which, by the way, an update. Thank y'all to all the people that have watched our T-Mobile video. It is a year old. That data is kind of old. I've got people actually calling me liars now because the video is still being shown out, and basically it didn't come true as far as T-Mobile shutting us down from using the home plan on the road. So thank y'all for coming on my videos and calling me a liar. You're so sweet. I love you too. But I guess in April, these internet companies decide they need to shake things up and make some announcements and some changes to plans. Once again, the Mobile Internet Resource Center is who broke the news that I saw. If you are not subscribed to them and you rely on internet on the road, please go and subscribe to the Mobile Internet Resource Center YouTube channel, because they cover not just T-Mobile or Starlink. They cover every aspect of what you could need for RVing or boating. So that's where I get my news. If you, I've had some people suggest that I basically just focus on nothing but mobile internet. I don't really want to do that all the time. I look to them for getting all the important information that I need. But thank you guys for coming here. I try to cover all things about RV life. For those of us that are nomadic, living on the road, relying on internet, I know that Starlink has become almost a permanent fixture. I can't go into any park without seeing at least one, if not 15 Starlink dishes. I mean, just within my field of view right here, there's one, there's two. So if you're traveling around like I am, where you're not sitting still for months at a time, I think you're gonna be okay. I do not think this is going to affect you. If you are one of those that actually is just like a snowbird, where you're down in the south for 6 months, up in the north for 6 months, you may wanna look at this. If you're relying on the Starlink Unlimited plan, this could be problematic for you. So you're gonna wanna dig in, look at their map. I will get access to the map, put it down in the description of this video so that you can see the current status of where Starlink is available and where it's waitlisted. That's where it gets a little confusing, because on their map it says waitlist. There are some dark spots, but it doesn't reference sold out. So not entirely sure what they've done, but that is part of the problem with Starlink, is that they're constantly changing phrases and words, both within contracts, and ultimately we don't really have contracts, which is kind of the bad thing as to why they can change and do whatever they want to. So that kind of stinks. At any rate, if you're someone that's sitting still for 6 months at a time, this may have a negative impact on you. So you want to look at that map. You're going to want to determine if you're going into an area where it's sold out, and determine if this is going to be a problem, because then after 60 days, they can turn you off. There are alternatives, but it does look like it starts to get to be a little more expensive. All right, that's all I've got for today. Don't panic. Stick with it. We can always find ways to make this lifestyle work. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, life happens, even changes to your plans. Don't let that stop you. Stay fresh, cheese bags.